Hi, is it live on YouTube?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, who's this?
Ma'am, Megha this side.
Okay, Megha. It's so just share the YouTube link on WhatsApp now.
Okay, ma'am, sure.
Yeah. Doctor will join in another 5 minutes. And you also activate the chat now. Megha also activate the chat now.
Yes, ma'am.
Megha, Dr. Chadda has joined. Can you make ma'am a panelist, please? Here the live YouTube link. Please put it in the all the groups, na NCT groups.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
No.
NCD group, na?
Yeah, yeah. Hello. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning. Good evening. I don't know whether my camera is working or not.
It's working. We can see you.
Yes, ma'am, you are visible, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
I like the background picture of yours. Very pretty sari you're wearing. The
Thank you.
background, आपका background में.
Uh,
Yeah. So how many people are going to be there today? Approximately 400 registrations,
yeah,
you said.
400 registrations, ma'am.
Okay.
So I think around 25-30% should be the strike rate.
So the people who want to ask questions, we can bring them on the panel so we can
Uh,
see them.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. So we have with us Dr. Veena also, ma'am.
Yeah,
Dr. Veena has joined.
yeah. I spoke to her in the morning. Yeah.
Yes.
And Pera
Hello, hi,
Ramkumar. Hi, Veena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
Is my network bad or your network is bad? Because you were like
I
closing.
think her, ma'am. Yours
Yeah,
is fine.
I hope so. I will
I'll
also
have to. Just a minute, I'll check.
hotspot ready. I'll also keep my hotspot ready. You never know what happens. I'll just keep my hotspot ready. Network is a big problem nowadays.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to be talking about the distress of a diabetic and a heart patient. As it is, we have a lot of stress in our lives, and to that, our sickness, our diabetes, our causes the stress in our lives. So that's how I'm going to help them. That human connection, talking to each other, sharing with each other, can help you to make your pain a little bit lesser, and how we can get rid of the stress in our lives, additional stress that you have. We all have got stresses, but our
True.
patients have got a little more stress. So I'm going to give some of the methods, what I'm doing and what they can do in their lives every single day so that they can have less stress in their lives. That is
Sure.
my main thing. Yeah. I'll just keep my hotspot ready. I'm wondering you should put it now only or what? I'm going to bring one teddy bear from inside and I'm going to show them the power of a hug. Just give me 1 second. Because I'm just thinking what else I can show them. Little elderly people, na chalega na?
Absolutely, ma'am.
I'll just get it. Give me 1 minute.
Sure. Ma'am, we still have patients who are joining in. Uh, I think let's wait for 2, 3 more minutes and we begin by 9:05. And yeah. Ma'am, you're on mute.
No, what I'm saying is that I will speak for 35 minutes and
Sure.
I'll ask questions, but I hope you people can answer some questions because Dr. Veena, I spoke to her. I don't know who is QMS and MAS. Who is this person?
Okay, they are the tech team, ma'am.
The tech team. So I can talk to
Yes.
them. So how old are the tech team? Perarasan, Ravi Kumar, how old are you?
So Perarasan is from Lupin, ma'am. He is a part of our team only. And all of us work together for this project of this patient support program.
Okay.
And that's Pera.
I'm in my mid-20s, ma'am.
Mid-20s. Yeah. So
Yeah.
most of the questions will be directed to you, okay?
Sure, ma'am. I'll try to.
Because I can't see anybody else. And there is a raise hand thing here, left here. There's a chat here.
Yes.
There are 41 participants already.
Yes.
Please answer in the chat, yes, if you can see me. The participants who are already there, please answer yes. And please write your name and tell me where are you from. Write in the chat your name and write the place, like you are from Mumbai, you're from Jaipur, you're from Delhi. Where are you from? Let me see the answers. Any answer? Chat mein likho bhai. Can they write in the chat?
Yeah, they can write in the chat. Megha, can you please activate the chat?
They are putting in the question and answer session. Jigar from Mumbai. Chat is disabled, he's telling. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so for the
take that.
audience,
And
it's
nice to see you, Jigar.
Ma'am, it is visible for everyone.
yes, yes.
So thank you, Jigar. Thank you, Neha from Noida. And also, can you write your age in the bracket? You are 21, you're 16, you're sweet 16, whatever your age is. And if you can see me, write a yes. Can you see me? Because I can't see you guys. So that's the whole problem. 46 participants now, and I want you all to write your name. You can write in the Q&A. Is the chat alive? Veena?
Yes, it's alive, ma'am.
It's alive. So you can write in the chat, friends.
Yeah.
And you can write your name. You can write where are you from. Soumya, age 24, from Noida. Wonderful. Ritesh is from Gurgaon. I can see you. Thank you, Ritesh. But the sad part is I cannot see you. Disha, Naresh, Wazirani. Where are you from, Disha? Just write how old are you and where are you from. So I want to have an interactive session today. And the topic for today is we have 50 people already now. So I would like to start. And the topic for today is the power of human connection. I'll just switch off the fan because then you can hear me more clearly.
Yeah.
I think before ma'am starts, we can have the introduction
Yeah.
from Dr. Vinod. Yeah.
Yeah, please do that. Do that.
So, yes, Dr. Veena, over to you, please.
Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, today is the International Mind Body Wellness Day. And on this occasion, we have a very interesting talk planned for you on the power of human connection. So, our speaker for today is Dr. Alka Chadha, and she's a practicing doctor, an author, global keynote speaker. She is a yoga and meditation advocate. She's the founder of the Hope and Care Center, the Seniors Club, and she's also been running the School of Happiness for more than 20 years. Dr. Chadha regularly conducts educational sessions on the extraordinary power of the mind and the mind-body connection. And today she'll be guiding us on a powerful exploration of the human connection, particularly the one we have with ourselves. So looking forward to a very interesting session. Dr. Chadha, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Veena. Thank you, Barnona. Thank you for this great privilege and honor that I have to be addressing to this August audience. And we have about 56 people already joined. Thank you for that. And most of them, what I was interacting with them was young people. So I'm really honored to be here to talk to you about my thoughts about human connection. And I would like to give some kind of relief to the patients who are, all of you are patients, right? Neha and everybody, whoever has joined, Jigar, all of you are patients, right? So you can just write in the brackets you have suffering from diabetes or any heavy cardiac problem. So just write in the bracket D, or you can write bracket C. So I know like how many people are having diabetes, how many people are having cardiac, or if you don't have anything, then you write N. Most likely there will be something. So today is Mind Body Medicine, Mind Body Wellness Day today, and we are here to celebrate that. And I want to ask all of you, you can type yes if you think that the mind plays a role in the disease of the body. Type yes. Let me see how many yeses are coming in the chat or in the Q&A. Where are they going to be writing? Can you hear my question? How many of you are aware of the mind-body complex? Do you think that the mind and the body are connected? No answers. You can type in the question and answer if the chat is disabled. I can't see. Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's coming in the Q&A
Ah,
section
yeah,
now.
now it's coming. Now it's coming.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Jane, Amna, Disha. Yeah, I could not see it earlier. Thank you so much, all of you, for answering my question. I know that there's somebody who's listening to me. So mind and the body, even that chat is got activated now. QMS has answered on that. I don't know whether the other can answer. Never mind. So we know that our mind and the body is very well connected. And if you remember when you were going to appear for an exam, when you were nervous, how breathless you were getting, or your heartbeat was getting fast, and you know very well that when you are running, when you're going for an exam, for an competition, when you're going on stage to speak, how your heart starts beating fast and how your respiratory rates start becoming faster and faster. So definitely the emotions in our body, in our mind, play a very big role in as far as the conduction of our mind and the body complex is concerned. Now, to tell you about what the mind and the body complex is, that if you have a pain in your body, you may find an organic reason for that. You may find that there is a back pain and you can find a reason for that. But many a times in our practice, we don't find anything. We do a scan, we do an MRI scan, we do all kinds of things, all kinds of investigations, and we don't find a reason for that pain. And that's the time when we label the person as a mind body pain or a psychosomatic pain. And this is very, very common, my friends. The reason for that is the stress in our body, the stress in our minds. And as far as you guys are concerned, either you're suffering from diabetes or there is some kind of cardiac problem. So there is a lot of stress which is happening in our mind and in our body. Human connection is important because our mental health is declining every day. Why is our mental health declining every day? Type in the chat box one reason why is the mental health declining. Is it because of the social media? Is because of distractions? It is because of lack of focus? What is the reason? Write one thing. If you feel that social media is one of the reasons why our mental health is declining, or you feel it's because of lack of human connection. And why there's a lack of human connection, I'm going to talk about that. Amna, Disha, Anisha, Ritesh, at least you people write. Radhika, you are 27 years old from Aurangabad. What do you think is a reason for mind body? What is the reason for the stress? Disha Naresh Vazirani is 67 years of age. Disha, what are you having? Are you having diabetes or are you having cardiac problem? Disha Vazirani. Okay. Even on my screen, there is nobody. Even the panelists, I cannot see anybody. And
So, ma'am, Anisha has responded because of social media.
yeah.
There's
There
social
is
media.
one.
Ritesh has responded social media and lack of social gatherings.
Okay. So the thing is, we are actually working very hard to achieve something like we want a house, we want money, we want everything. We want a car, we want social status, we want all of that. And as we become 20, we become 21, 22, 23, we are all going to achieve which is called the shiny syndrome, which is a shiny object syndrome. Because we want this and we want that and we want that and we want that, we want everything. Even I was like that. But let me share something with you. In my life, there was a time in my life when I was, I think, about 28, yeah. And I had got one child and I got another child, and I was working in the medical college. And the medical college, we were working as associate professors, my husband and I. And we were actually, I was standing at the railway station one day to drop my children I had two children by that time. One was a 1-year-old whom I was holding in my arm, and my 3-year-old I was holding in my hand. And we were standing at the station. When we reached the station, my train was there on the platform, and I was going to drop them to the babysitter. When I reached over there, when I saw my train, so what happens when you see the train? We panic, right? So I panicked. So I had bags, water bags, and I was loaded with things on my body. And when I saw the train on the station, I scooped up my little one also into my right hand, and we all started running with all the stuff. And as I was about to reach the train near the platform, we all fell flat on the hot concrete ground. It was the month of April. And that was a sign from the universe for me. How many of you think that the universe is talking to you? It was a sign from the universe, and the universe was telling me something, and I heard it. That universe was telling me to slow down, to take a pause. How many of you think that universe is talking to you? Type a yes if you think. NK Jain has written type 2 age related. Anisha Sahani, yes, yes, very nice. Disha Jigar, thank you so much, Anisha, for giving me that much of encouragement, because I feel good that somebody is listening to me. You're absolutely right. You know, the universe is always talking to us, is always speaking to us, is giving us signs. Even when we get diabetes, I remember one patient had come and he told me that, doctor, I have diabetes. What do you think is a good reason for that? You always tell, look at the positive side, look at the positive side. What do you think is a good thing that I got diabetes? And that made me think. One of the things I want to tell you today is that the diabetics in America, they live the longest. Why do they live the longest? Because they become aware of their life, they become responsible about their lifestyle. They don't drink 1 liter of coffee, Starbucks coffee. They don't buy 1 liter of Coke. Then they drink water instead of Coke. And they, instead of 1 liter of coffee, they drink small amount of coffee without sugar. So when we are getting diabetes, we become aware of our food, of our lifestyle, of our walking, of our exercise. How many of you are aware of your lifestyle? How many of you say me, if you're taking care of your lifestyle, whatever, maybe you may be having diabetes or cardiac or whatever. So this was a time in my life. You can write me. I'm still the me. I saw that. Thank you so much. So it was a time in my life when I fell down and I broke my ankle, my right side ankle. I broke it. And when I got into the train, I dropped my children. In spite of the broken ankle, I went to the station, next station. I dropped my children to the babysitter. And then when I came back to my train, I realized that I had a broken ankle. And soon I was put in a cast. I went to the hospital, of course, and this cast actually only did not immobilize my foot, it immobilized me. It immobilized my life. And as I was lying in the hospital bed, I was thinking, what am I doing over here? What am I doing over here, and why have I landed over here? How many of you feel that when we land up into a deep ditch in our life, we start thinking, reflecting, and before that we are going on and on and on and on. We want this and we want that and we want that and we want that. So even though I was working in the medical college as associate professor, side by side I was doing other jobs so that I can get my money for my installment to be paid for the for my house which I had booked. So everybody has to go through all of these things. I know all of you must be also struggling, and the struggle is quite valid as far as we are concerned. But the lesson that I learned in my life, I want to share with you. So when I was sitting in silence in the hospital and I was reflecting on my life, many things came to me. One of the things which came to me was my mom, she told me a story. The story was the people who climb the mountain the fastest. Jaldi, 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 jaldi. And the people who come down the mountain the fastest, they are the people, they miss something. What do they miss? Write in the chat box. What do they miss? Who climb up fast, who climb down fast? What do they miss? They miss the glorious view. Life lessons. Yes, Disha, thank you so much. They missed the glorious view. They missed the life lessons which are required for climbing up. So there was this boy who was standing at the base of the mountain and used to ask everybody, the persons who were coming down from the mountain, what was the view? How was the whole thing like? So they'd say, yeah, it was nice, it was tough. And we went there and then we reached the top and we saw the view and we came down. So he used to say, yeah, you saw this, you saw that. Second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, 10, 20, 30 people. He was interviewing everybody, but he didn't go on top of the mountain. He did not even enjoy the view of the mountain. And we say to ourselves that we don't have the courage to climb the mountain. It's about just taking the first step. Now, this story may not be valid for you, but in life, whatever we do, wherever we are going, it's about just taking a risk, just taking the first step. We are scared. We are all very scared. So that time, my friends, when I was there sitting in the hospital room, and I was sitting quietly and lying down, I was reflecting that my mother told me this story. She always told me, talk slowly, walk slowly, enjoy the little things in life. Talk to the water, listen to the water, listen more, talk less. She told me all these things, but I was never listening. You know why? Because I was always running and running and running. And friends, we are all in the same boat because you people are so young. I can easily understand what you're going through. And Disha is an elderly person. She's 67 years of age. She's almost my age. And she's seen the life lessons in her own life. And that's the beauty of life. So as I was going through what I was going through and my mom's stories I was remembering, she came the next day to the clinic to see me. And she was shouting and screaming on top of her voice. So how do mummies, when they love you so much, how do mummies scream? They love you so much and they don't want to see you hurt and they don't want to see you going down. So she says, when was the last time that you loved your children? When was the last time that you sat with by yourself? When was the last time you hugged them? When you played with them? When was the last time that you sat quietly and had a cup of tea? These are all questions I'm asking all of you, my friends. It's not only for me, it's for you to think and reflect. When was the last time that you sat and had a cup of tea or coffee or a cold drink or anything? When was the last time you read a piece of book by yourself or the newspaper quietly by yourself? Disha might say that yes, she did. I don't know about Disha. Disha, if you have, then you write in that. Disha is 24 years. Okay, that was another lady. So all said and done, we have to connect with our own selves. So I'm coming back to the topic that when we have to connect with the whole world, first thing is, the most important thing is to connect with your own self. Why I'll tell you, because if your friend, your sister, your brother, if anybody's in trouble, what do? You make that person sit in front of you and you talk to that person and you say, "Arey koi baat nahi, ho jayega, theek ho jayega. Don't worry, I'm there with you. I'll help you." Don't you do that? How many of you do that to help your people in your life, in your friends? Type yes if you do that. So when you do that, when you're helping your friends in your life, there is another person in your life. And who is, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And who is that person in your life? The most important person in your life is you. What do you do that for that another person who is very, very important and who's the most important person in your life is you? What do you do when you are yourself in trouble? You criticize yourself? Do you find faults with yourself? Are you harsh on yourself? Don't be. Be loving to yourself. Just like you're explaining to your friend, same way, talk to your own self. Sit with yourself, connect with yourself. How do you do that? You do that when you close your eyes. When you close your eyes, when you sit in silence, when you sit in stillness time, you go within yourself and then you talk to yourself. Whatever your name is, Disha, what can I do for you? Why are you feeling like that? And when you sit in silence, sooner or later, you get the answers to your problem. Step number one is to accept yourself the way you are. We want that others should accept us the way we are, with all our mistakes, with all our flaws. But the first thing is that we don't accept ourselves. I remember my patients when they have diabetes, they're keeping on shouting at themselves. They're so harsh on themselves. I should have done this. I should have done that. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And they're so harsh on themselves. But I say, no, no, this is not going to help you. If you have discovered that you have diabetes, look at the positive picture. Look at the fact that I cannot eat this, so I'm going to eat something else. I cannot do this, so I'm going to do something else. So most of the diabetic patients, they become very disciplined. They become very committed to their own lives. They take responsibility for their own lives. Even the cardiac patients. Once you have a heart attack or when you have had a small kind of a cardiac problem, you become awake. You're not sleeping. So that sleepiness, the sluggishness is making you awake. And when you become awake, you become responsible for who you are, and you start taking action for what you need to do. So same thing happened for me in my life when so then I had to take a decision. When I was lying in the hospital bed, what am I going to do? I wanted to resign because I was not having time for my children, for my family, for my husband, for anybody. How many of you women are in that state of life today? I'm sure many of you are. If you're married, you are. Even if you're not married, you have to take care of your parents, and there are a lot of responsibilities that you have. So we feel the same way, like how I felt. And I did not know how to spend more time with my children. But then that reflection time gave me an idea. I said, universe has always been my friend, and universe will be my friend even now. I am not going to do this job anymore. And within 2 days, I sent in my resignation to my medical college. They were also shocked, but it was very difficult for me also because I didn't know how I'm going to pay my installment. But I knew that the universe is going to find a way. So as soon as I given my resignation, I started looking for a place to make my clinic, to make my laboratory, and that started. And I did not have, and I'm going to tell you how the universe conspires to help you. Because when your why is very, very strong, when your why is so strong that yes, I want to do something for my family, I want to do something for my children, I want to do something for the world, I want to contribute for something. When that why is so strong, the how becomes very, very easy. It takes no time to find the how. Why I'm telling you? Because the universe conspires to help you. How many of you know that dialogue in Om Shanti Om? I'm making a little filmy because I want some responses. सारी कायनात जब तुम बहुत शिद्दत से कुछ चाहते हो तो सारी कायनात आपको हेल्प करने के लिए लग जाती है. That's exactly what happens in life. But that why has to be very, very strong. So I give up my resignation. I give up my job, and I did not have any servant in my house. I did not have anybody. And the next day, my husband comes home with a girl who is wearing a frock, and her eyes are very, very big. So eyes very big means thyrotoxicosis. Everybody knows that if anybody is suffering from thyrotoxicosis, hyperthyroidism, and she was in the hospital for about 3-4 months, and she lost her job. And she was telling my husband that, can I get a job? Can you find me a job? So my husband said, okay, come to my own, come to my house. And she came, and I looked at her and I asked my husband, how can I pay her? I cannot pay her. I don't have any money. So my husband said, it's okay. We'll find a way. And sure enough, we did find a way. Now, I got someone to look after my children so that I could go out and look for a place for myself. But something very beautiful happened. I started spending more time with my children, playing with my children. And as I was playing with my children, I was reading a lot of stories from Panchatantra, from Ramayana, from all the books, from the comic books which were available, Chanda Mama and this and that. And I was telling them small, small stories with little, little morals. And my children, they brought their own friends, small groups, then bigger groups, then they became teenagers, then bigger, bigger groups. And then it became into the parents started coming, and one day I established my own happiness school. Why I'm telling you all this? Because happiness school gave me a lot of insight of why one should be happy. And I want to share with you that in my 30 plus years of private practice, what I find, I meet people from all the parts of like all cultures, all age groups, all walks of life. What I have found is that these people, सब लोग जो है ना जो खुश रहते हैं, आई एम रिमाइंडेड टू स्पीक इन हिंदी आल्सो विद यू, जो लोग खुश रहते हैं, जो लोग पॉजिटिव रहते हैं, जो दूसरों को प्यार करते हैं, जिनके अंदर बहुत सारा प्यार होता है, who love themselves and who love others, they have a lot of positivity, they have a lot of positive hormones in them. The example I'll give you is one person comes into my clinic, doesn't wait outside, comes straight running into my room, gives me a hug and tells me, Doctor, how are you feeling today? Those are the people who are very, very rare today. Those are the people who actually give positivity to the world. And these are the people of human connection. The people who are very satisfied with their own lives. I'm not saying that you should not be ambitious. I'm saying be ambitious, but not at the cost of your own loved ones. There's a balance which has to be established, but there is never going to be a balance as far as a woman's life is concerned. There is never a balance. There is never a balance between work and home life. But all the same, it's about realizing what your responsibilities are and towards your own self. Number one, are you even giving time to your own self? So I want to ask you all one question. How many of you are sitting with your own self in 24 hours? How much time do you spend with your own self, the me time? You can write down 10 minutes. Yeah, have patience, burst with emotions. Yes, Soumya, thank you for that. Disha Wazirani, yes. Tell me, किसी चीज को तुम शिद्दत से yeah, Soumya, thank you for that. I'm just saying now, tell me how many of you spend time with your own self and type in the chat box 1 minute, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes every day. You spend with your own self alone, without a book, without music system, without any phone, without anything. So tell me, Anna is telling sometimes, ma'am, I do frequently. How many minutes? 10 to 15 minutes, Soumya. Very nice. She's very honestly, she's taken 10 to 15 minutes. Wonderful. I like that. So when we spend, yeah, thank you, Radhika. Yes, thank you very much. So this is 5 minutes, 10 minutes is a good time to spend with you because you are very young. But I would say that try to ask questions to yourself during this time. I'll take you through a silence time. Close your eyes and just sit still. Just align your head with the, just think about, reflect one important question in your life. What do I really want? 2025 has started, and maybe you have a vision in your life. What is that vision? Visualize yourself. What is that kind of person that I want to become? What is it that I really, really want? Spend some time on your vision, spend some time on what you want, and a little bit of time on why do I want what I want. Slowly open your eyes. It could be health, it could be wealth, it could be fame, it could be name, it could be peace, it could be happiness, it could be contentment, it could be love. But we all want everything because the four quadrants of our life, family, friends, recreation, spirituality, career, and money, we all want it to be balanced. What are we doing? What responsibility are we taking in our lives to see that all these quadrants are well established and well balanced? That's a question that I want you to think about. Second question is, how many people do you have in your life on whom you can count upon if you are in trouble, if you have a low sugar, if you have a high sugar, if you have some kind of a complication, if you have any other problem in your life, any stress in your college, in your office, at home, it could be personal, it could be professional. How many people are there which you can count on your fingertips with whom you can reach out to? It could be your parents, it could be your uncle, your aunt, your friend, but write down in the chat box, I have 3 people whom or 4 people I can reach out. They are called 2 a.m. friends or 3 a.m. friends. See, in America, no, they have what is known as a human library. The human library is what? I'm looking for a friend. I have nobody to talk to. I go there, I pay money, and I tell them, I want one person to talk to somebody. Can you believe it? But today in India, we have everybody. We have our parents, our friends, sisters, brothers. We have everybody at our disposal. And there is no rule that we have to call up and we have to go. Even if we have to, it's okay. But we can talk to our grandmother, our grandfather, we can talk to our parents, we can talk to uncles, aunties, whenever we want to seek help from them. It's about just talking to people. Human connection is about just sharing your problems with each other. It's not that I'm saying do only talk about your problems, problems, problems. No. The people who talk about their pain, they never get rid of their pain. Why? Because when you talk about this is paining, this is paining, this is paining, this is paining, that becomes a legitimate pathway in your brain. Paining, 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 paining. That's a song which goes on. This is paining, that is paining, that is paining. That will never get rid of the pain. I'm telling to share your emotional problems with a friend, and they can give you guidance and they can show you where you are wrong, where you're not wrong. So when you think with yourself, when you sit with yourself also, when you're sitting alone by yourself and you've had a fight with your friend and you're, putting the blame on the other person. We always do that, right? We do that. We put the blame that she did that, he did that. If you look at the divorce cases today, the number of divorce cases are increasing day by day in India also. And what I find is that the people who are undergoing divorce, all they're doing is they're talking about the other person's mistakes. But actually, if you sit down and if you think, why, what is happening in my life, you will realize that there is a role that you can play to make it better. What is it that I can do in this situation of diabetes or heart problem or whatever I'm suffering from to make it better? What can I do to make my relationship better? What can I do to reach out to the people in my life so that they feel better? You will say to me that, why should I do everything? I remember on Women's Day program, I was addressing a group of women, and I'm all asking you this question. How many of you would like to be served a cup of tea? Say me. We play blame game, but it's all our thoughts that manifest. Yes, thank you, Disha. Thank you very much. Tell me, what did I ask you the question? What was the question I asked you? Anybody want to write the question? Me. Yeah. What's the question I asked, Veena?
Would we like to be served a cup of tea? Yeah.
I'm not asking you because you're not attending or anything, you're not attentive. I forgot my own question. What question I asked, I've forgotten. That's why I asked you. So we all like to be served a cup of tea, right? So I asked this question in that group of women. They all raised their hands, yes. And they were all youngsters between 20 and 40, maybe one or two at 40, 45. Then I asked them one more question. How many of you would like to serve a cup of tea to others? I'm asking you this question. So Disha, Anisha, Surya, all of you can answer this question. Soumya, Abdul also, Parvez, Amna Naseem, Wazirani Disha, Anisha, Radhika, Nupur Sharma. Tell me that how many of you would like to serve a cup of tea for others? So most of us, the answer will be yes. But I'll tell you, in that group, not a single person raised their hand. Yes, Disha is saying, I would like to serve. Varsha is saying, I would like to serve. This is a wonderful group. Yeah, beautiful. A big round of applause for each one of you. Thank you so much. So you're a lovely group. Yeah. Now, the thing is, when this group is not even ready to serve a cup of tea to another person, what conversation can I have with them? And I asked them this question because you want to be served a cup of tea, but why don't you want to serve a cup of tea? Then I made it very narrow. I said, how many of you, they were all women, right? So I asked them, how many of you would like to serve a cup of tea for your husband? No. We don't want to serve a cup of tea for our husbands because we are earning, we are doing work, and we are doing this and we are doing that. And in what way is he superior? So what is coming in between? Our ego, where the ego comes in between you and your friend, between you and your relative, between you and your spouse, between you and your sister, brother, father, mother. It's clashing with everything. And this, my friends, is a cause of maximum amount of stress. You already have diabetic stress, you already have health stress, you already have heart stress, you have already got to discipline yourself. So better it is to not get into this other kind of stresses. Just accepting. My father used to always tell me, accepting the things in life. I'm not saying that you become a doormat. I'm not saying that people are kicking you and you get kicked by them. No. I'm not even going to the unsalvageable part of life. I'm going to day-to-day things. I'm talking about simple things. You know, we are not even laughing today. Today, if you really see, we are sitting on a table and we are each one is, with their mobile phone, blah blah blah. In my clinic, when parents are coming with their children, the child is brought to me for obesity, and I'm interviewing the child, and the mother is sitting in front of me, and she's not even bothered what question I'm asking to the child, and the mother is doing like this, like this. She's going on and on her mobile. And I'm thinking, like, are you not concerned about your child? You just brought him to me. Are you not concerned about what question I'm asking him? And that day it so happened that I asked this child, what did you eat for breakfast today? And you know what he said? He said, I ate vada pav. I said, wow, your mom is making vada pav in the morning. It was about 11 o'clock when they came to us. So he looked at me like, are you mad? He looked at me like, pagal ho kya tu? So I said, what? So he says, why would my mother cook vada pav? I said, why not? He said, no, we have Swiggy and Zomato. So today, friends, we're living in a generation who is being brought up with Swiggy and Zomato, and that's where our lifestyles are going haywire. And if you have children in your life who are around you, who may be Generation Alpha or Generation Z, you are all Generation Z. When you're 20 years of age, you're Generation Z. I want you all to think about your life. What is the lifestyle that you want to lead? What are the values that you want to inculcate in your life so that you have good relationships, so you can slash your ego? It becomes easy for you to live with other people. That at least gives you a support system, that gives you human connection. The Dalai Lama was always telling us, he's telling us that no, we don't need successful people. We need people who can connect with other people. That is what we need. And I tell you, the minute you have good friendships, the minute you have good people, the minute you have good company, you will feel much, much better. So I want to ask you all a one question. Today, children, they're laughing and smiling 400 to 500 times in a day. How many times are you smiling and laughing during the day? Answer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15. Just type. Disha is already laughing. So cute. Just type in the chat box. You're laughing 5 times in a day, 10 times, 15 times. And how do you laugh? Just write 3 times. Okay. Surya is telling rarely. Thank you, Surya, for being so honest with me. So the thing is that we have forgotten to smile. We have forgotten to laugh. All we are doing is looking for things to stress us. मेरा शुगर बराबर नहीं है, मैं आज वॉक के लिए नहीं गया, मेरा ये है, मेरा वो है. Correct, yeah, very good. And we are not laughing, and somebody is telling always, Ruxana is laughing always. Wonderful. So if you have a person in your life who is laughing, who is smiling, don't you feel like laughing? Don't you feel like smiling? Instead of expecting others to laugh, why not you become that person? A person who's laughing, who's smiling, who's positive. And you're going to tell me, Madam, what rubbish are you talking? How can I laugh and how can I smile all the time? I'm saying to be happy is an art, it's a science, it's a skill. We have hajar problems in our life, right? When we are driving, somebody is overtaking us. When we are in the office, somebody is backbiting us. When we are at home, somebody is not listening to us. I have this problem in my clinic. My staff is never listening. They do the same mistake again and again and again. So what do? I keep shouting at them. I keep stressing myself up. I can do that, but it will raise my blood pressure. I'll become a sick person. So what do we do? To make it into a skill, number one thing to do is to make a decision every morning. People are still writing, always laughing. I'm afraid to smile because as I smile, after a few minutes, I cry. Oh my God, Soumya, let's get out of that myth today, Soumya. You just laugh and just smile. Don't worry, you will not cry. There is no need for you to cry. If you feel sad inside of you, reach out to somebody. Share your sadness with that person. Share what is troubling you. Sharing is actually healing, Soumya. Let me tell you that. So don't worry about crying. You will not feel like crying. If you feel like crying, please go and share with your people in your life. Have those beautiful connections in your life. So I'm saying one day I was coming in the lift and I was humming a song, some song, I don't know what I was humming. And my son was with me, a grown-up boy, 31-year-old. And he looked at me and he said, Mama, just keep singing like that and just be happy like that. What I learned from that statement was that we can be happy by ourselves and we can make it a skill and we can make a decision and a choice to be happy every moment of our life. We go down, but we come back as soon as possible. Somebody said something rude to us, somebody disrespected us, somebody made a sarcastic remark at us. We do get upset. We are human beings after all. But we go down, but we come quickly. So raising yourself up and being resilient is one of the properties. I say make a promise to yourself in the morning. For 1 hour, I'm not going to get upset. Then make it into 2 hours. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to complain. How many of you have the habit of complaining? I was a big complainer. I saw there was dust in my window, there was dust on my table, I was complaining. And I can tell you that if we are complainers, we can never be happy because we fill ourselves with complaining, grumbling, whining. And you'll always find some people who are always whining. Don't run away from them because in the social media, you will find that run away from the whiners, they suck your energy. But there has to be someone to listen to them. I tell you something I've learned in my clinic. The people who are, I don't listen to what people are saying. I listen to what they are not saying. They are saying they have a backache for 2 or 3 years. The backache is not a real backache. They have done all investigations. MRI is okay, CT scan is okay, all X-rays are okay. There is no reason for the spinal cord to pain, but the pain is there for 4 or 5 years. What is that pain saying? It's a psychosomatic pain. It is saying, it is crying for closeness and for care. Everybody, there are 2 or 3 things everybody wants. Everybody wants reverence and respect. They want closeness and they want care. And the third thing is power and control. Men are fighting for power and control. So when you tell your husband, when you did not do this work, I told you to do this work. I have this woman in my clinic, she always tells me, I told my husband to do this work and he did not do that work. I get very angry with him. So I'm thinking, like, why are you telling him to do the work? He's responsible himself, he can do the work. And if he doesn't do the work, it's okay. Get it done from somebody else. When you tell someone to do the work, that hurts that ego. And you can't hurt the ego of other people. My mom, she said, whatever you do in your life, don't hurt the ego of other people. Why I'm telling you these things? Because nobody on earth is going to tell you all these things. Slashing of your ego is very, very important because ego is the topmost reason for stress in our lives. Whenever you're sitting in silence time, think about 4 questions you have to ask yourself. Why am I having this stress? Am I flexible? Am I giving or am I only taking? Am I perseverant? Am I doing the right thing? I'm telling you, if you can answer this question that am I doing the right thing? Am I flexible enough? Am I egoless? All these questions will answer your problem and it'll give you solutions to your problem. Don't add to your stresses besides your stresses that you already have. I have this teddy bear with me here, and I want you all to understand what do the teddy bears stand for. The teddy bear stands for closeness, it stands for love, it stands for belonging, it stands for warmth, and it gives you all of these things. Today, AI chatbots are available, AI boyfriends and girlfriends are available. But I want you to have these hugging friends in the middle of the night. I want you to be that person who can go and hug the other person. Why do we want to hug? Why is it that we should hug? Because a hug releases the positive hormones. The most important hormone which is released by hugging is called oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone which is secreted by a mother when she gives rise to the baby, when she gives birth to a baby. And this hormone brings a connection between the mother and the baby, and it helps the baby to suckle the blood, to suckle the milk from the mother's breast. That brings a connection. We all have oxytocin in our blood. We all have oxytocin being produced. But because we are sitting behind our phones all the time, the oxytocin is becoming lesser and lesser and lesser, and we are becoming oxytocin depleted society. We have no one in our life with whom we can connect. If you look at American surveys, they say that 75% of the people, they have zero connections. 25% of the people, they have one person whom they can talk to. Can you imagine the loneliness that people are going through? It's not very different in India. Today, our youngsters are hiding behind our phone. We are actually sacrificing our little joys in our life, little kinds of little beautiful moments in our life. I was looking today. I was in a Zoom meeting in the afternoon, and this boy was sitting in my room. A man actually, and somebody came from the side and gave him a kiss on the forehead and went. And I was reminded of the times during our pandemic. Pandemic has taught us a lot of things. We were all very busy. I was in my room, my husband was in his room, my son was in his room, the another son was in his room, my daughter-in-law was in another room. We were all having our meetings in different rooms. And that time I felt that we were going away from each other. But I remember one thing till today. When I was busy at 8:30 in the night, my husband used to heat the food and come and give it to me. Alka, eat your food. And when he was busy, I was free. I would give him the food. And same thing was happening with my children. We were helping each other in the house. Not only we were helping in cleaning and cooking and all of that, but we were serving food to each other. So when a young boy, like a 30-year-old boy, came to my house the other day, and when he was sharing with me, like he's my son's friend, was telling me, madam, I said, what are you doing? How is your life? He said, I'm doing very well, ma'am. I'm working in the Reliance company and I'm earning a lot of money. I said, damn good, yeah. He said, ma'am, I have auntie, I think. Auntie, I have one problem. I said, what? He said that My mother, no, she's always angry with me. I said, why? Because I don't get time with her. I said, what is the meaning of my mother doesn't need time, 2 hours, 3 hours to sit with her? So he says, no, I showed her my timetable. Auntie, I'll show you my timetable. I get up at 5, then I do meditation, then I go for a walk, then I do my yoga, then I go to the office. I'm the head of a particular department, and then I come back in the evening. Then I have my wife waiting for me. Then I take her out somewhere. And in the whole place, there was no place for his mom. I said, look, your mom doesn't want anything. All she wants is you can say, hi, mom, how are you? Did you have your lunch today? Did you have your breakfast today? Just you can go and give her a peck on the cheek. You can give her a peck on the forehead. Just give her a hug. That's all your mom needs. Attention, friends. We have to give attention to each other. Human connection is all about giving that focus to the other person. Don't ignore the people in your life. They are the people who are your foundation. They are the people who are your asset. They are the people who are your strength. And people are my strength also. I have 3 P's in my life. People, number one. So invest in people, invest in your friends, invest in your people who love you, invest in you love your other people also. See, sometimes, we expect too much from other people. But what are we giving to the other people is another question I want to ask you. You might find that some younger person in your office might come and tell you something bad about the other person, but don't listen completely blindly to that person. It's a joint effort of the whole team. How we can understand each other, how we can share with each other. So maybe somebody in the team is going through some problem at home. Don't underestimate that problem. If that person is whining, don't underestimate that whining. Listen to what is the problem in his or her house. Don't don't run away from these people. Give them time in the office and listen to them. Connect with them. Maybe you can share some problems with them. Maybe you can give them some advice. Whatever it may be, I'll tell you, just listening to someone's problem, the power of listening is a great, great, great healer. So I'm telling you all these things. So first is people. Investing in people is going to help you to relieve your stress in your life. Number two is playfulness, which I've already shared with you. I'll give you an example. I'm getting angry. I'm very, very angry. And I'm shouting and I'm screaming, and my husband is listening to me. I'm giving you an example of a playful mindset. Can we all develop a playful mindset? Is my question to you. If you have children at home, you will realize that if you call, I have a young one at home, Kabir, he's 3 years of age. If I say, Kabir, come here, he won't listen. I'll say, Kabir, come, let's play the ball. He'll come running to me. That's called a playful mindset. He's not interested in boring people. He's interested in happy, playful people. He doesn't like lazy, sluggish people who sit in one place and say, Kabir, come here, tell this poem, tell that poem. No, 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 no. They don't like that. Same is with us human beings. So I'm getting angry, I'm upset, and I'm sharing something with my husband, and I'm about to reach the peak of my anger. And my husband, he picks up an orange and he starts peeling the orange. Now, what is happening to me? I want to blast him, and I'm about to blast him. And then he starts peeling that orange, and that orange peel smell is coming to me. And then I take out that wedge of that orange, and and he takes out the wedge of that orange, and he hands it over to me. And I start laughing, and he starts laughing, and all the anger is dissipated. Friends, playfulness has got the power of breaking barriers. Laughter has got that power of breaking barriers. It's a universal truth. Laughter connects people. You can laugh for no reason. I am from a family of 4 daughters, and my mother, she had a boisterous laughter. She used to laugh like, the whole building, the house will be vibrating with her laughter. And my dad used to ask, what is so funny? Why are you laughing? So she used to say, yeah, 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 I feel like laughing. You want to laugh, then you laugh. Then he will start laughing, then we always start laughing. So we were 4 daughters, and my mom and my dad and my grandfather. My grandfather was very, very serious. So he will not laugh, but even he used to start laughing. So this most serious people can start laughing because laughter is so contagious. So laugh more, friends, smile more, make it a skill to not get upset, to not get angry for little thing. Let go. Let go is very, very important. We catch hold of things in our hands and we burn our hands with the hot charcoal. Anger and all kinds of grumbling and whining, we hold it in our hands. And what is happening, friends? We are burning our palms with the charcoal we are holding in our hands, and we are increasing our stress. The scientific basis of stress is that there is a hypothalamus and there's a hypothalamus pituitary axis. Whenever there is stress, you will find that your periods go haywire, You'll find that your diabetes goes haywire. You'll find that the cardiac problems increase whenever there is stress, because there is stress hormones which are being secreted in our body. What are the stress hormones? Two of them, cortisol and adrenaline. So these hormones are good if they're coming for a short time, but if they come for a longer period of time, the whole HPA axis is disturbed. And when you have chronic stress, when you have chronic loneliness, when you have chronic worrying about your own health, that causes cortisol and epinephrine to be circulating in your blood, and that causes damage to each and every organ. Stress is something which we have to get rid of. So my first P was people, invest in people, laugh with people, connect with people. Second is playfulness and laughter. And last is, what is my third P? Have a why, have a purpose. My P is my purpose. What are you doing and why are you doing what you're doing? What is your vision for 2025? Whether you're 20 or you're 50 or you're 60, each one of us is seeing a great future. Vision is not something you write and you forget about it. Vision is not a to-do list. Vision is a beautiful picture in your mind. It's a beautiful scenery in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your essence, which tells you what you want to become at the end of this vision. Vision is coming from your purpose in your life. Then why am I a doctor? You may be working in the corporates, you may be working anywhere. Why am I doing what I'm doing? And the most important part of vision is what value am I giving to the rest of the world? That means how I'm contributing. So, friends, I want all of you to think in what way you can contribute to the one person in your life every day. Are you calling up people? In the lockdown, I got into a habit of calling people, like two people in every day. Now it has become three people every day. But in the lockdown, people were two people when I was calling up. I can tell you one of my aunt, she was 85 years of age. Now she's about 90. I called her up one day in the pandemic, and she wouldn't leave the phone. I was talking to her for 45 minutes and she still wanted to talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. So there are a lot of people who need to talk. You have to be that listener to that person. You think about in what way you can make somebody else's life better. And that will help you. You are the biggest beneficiary of that. Because when you are nice to another person, you will feel better. You will feel nice. When you give your time, you give anything to anybody else, you yourself are going to feel better. So, as a person, as a human being, what is your purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing? And how you can contribute to the lives of other people in your life? Being flexible is one of the things I've learned in my life, and it goes to back to my childhood when there was a kind of a tagline in my house. It was called "Be like water." What does it mean to be like water? Anybody? Anisha has written, I know, ma'am, and I have been doing it my whole life, but when I need one, there is no one for me, and it always depressed me more. No, 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 Anisha, it will not depress you because you reach out to other people. I'll tell you what it is, don't become the victim. Don't think that there is nobody for me. If when you are giving your time to other people, automatically they will give time to you. Never think that you're alone. Connect with your own self and be strong. Don't think that there is no one for me. It is not like that. If you are giving something to somebody, the other person is definitely going to give you something. आप किसी को सच्चे दिल से प्यार करोगे तो दूसरा आदमी भी आपको सच्चे दिल से प्यार करता है. So I'm explaining this to you because we think like that sometimes. Maybe I was also thinking like that. When I got married, I had a lot of problems in my life also, but I never felt that I should blame somebody else. So don't blame anybody. Try to give love to another person. Make a phone call to somebody else. When I'll tell you what, when you're feeling low, you make other person rise up. That is the best thing. Go for a walk, raise your state of mind, and make a phone call to someone else whom you have not spoken for a very long time. And I'll tell you, it will make you feel better. I have my status for, I think, 20 years now, or maybe 15 years. My status is, it is nice to be nice. When you are nice to another person, you feel good about it because you get positivity in your own blood. You give a compliment to somebody. Like right now, I can see only Barnona. I can say, Barnona, your kurta is so nice. The chunni is so nice. Whatever I can see of Barnona. Whatever you can do for somebody else, you got to make that person feel good. How I can make the situation better, how I can make this person feel good, you will automatically start feeling good. So going back to my story, I made my happiness school. And when these people come to me, we do role plays, we do quite a lot of programs with this. And then afterwards, I made it into a senior citizens club. So I have two clubs going on at the same time. One is a happiness school, and one is a club of senior citizens. And Senior Citizens Club was introduced to me by my very dear friend, and she told me, come and teach these people yoga. And I went it was 45 minutes away from my house, that place. But I said, yeah, I'm coming. It was 45 minutes from my house, and I used to go every single day in the morning. One day, first day, one lady came. Second day, another lady came. This one didn't come. The third day, these two did not come. Another two came. Today, we have more than 200 members in this Senior Citizens Club. And we do so many activities together. They are my lifeline. And if you think that I went there to teach them something, nothing. I learned maximum from them. I benefited maximum from them. They taught me so much in my life. I was the biggest beneficiary because I got the love and affection from them. I didn't do anything for them. So if you decide to do something for somebody, you are going to be the biggest beneficiary. So I want you to realize this. That is the power about human connection. And listen to people, their pain, their problems. Don't think that their person is whining. Try to find out what is the personal problem there. And I tell you, in my clinic, no, people will come and tell me, idhar dukta hai, udhar dukta hai, but actually it is something else. It's something else that my husband doesn't care for me. My husband is not looking at me. So I look after them. I tell them something, how what they can do, how they can improve the relationship with the spouse or with their children or with their parents or with whoever it may be. But the main thing is to listen to what they are not saying. Your friend, when she's talking to you, she may say, my husband did this, my husband did that. Actually, she's not saying that. She's saying something else because she wants closeness, she wants care, she wants respect. We all want that. And the only way to get that is by giving respect, by giving care, by giving compassion to the other people in your lives. That is the only way to be happy. And I can tell you one thing from my personal experience, being happy is the biggest gift that you can give to other people. Imagine a grumbling mom versus a happy mom. Imagine a grumbling wife versus a happy wife or a husband. Imagine a very authoritative husband as compared to a very playful husband. So think about what is the version that you want to become. It is 7:57 already. So I think I have to stop now. If you have any questions, I can just go on and on. I don't want to do that. I've given you enough resources, what you can do in your life to become that person to whom you can connect, and you can connect with other people and decrease the stress in your life, not only of your diabetes, but also of the other stresses in your own life. Thank you so much, Barnona. I'm open to questions. Anybody can ask me any question.
We request the participants to please type in your questions since in the Q&A section.
And also you can invite them to the panel if they really want to come on the panel and talk to me.
Absolutely. So please raise your hands in case you want any questions to be asked.
I would also like to see you guys, how you are looking and what is your life like. So talking to you would be a great pleasure for me. Thank you, Barnona and Dr. Veena, for being there.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This
I can
was
pick
such an
up questions on
insightful
the screen.
session.
Thank you so much.
So we have Anisha.
Anisha,
Anisha, please.
Yes, Sahil.
Yes, please ask
Yes,
your
Anisha.
question.
Yeah, I want to see you, Anisha. So I want you to come on the camera. So I make a better connection with you. There's no sense otherwise. The session is about human connection.
Ma'am, there's no option for me to open my cameras.
Okay, go on with
Okay.
your question.
Please
No,
ask your question.
yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Ma'am, as I told you in my Q&A section that whenever I'm always open for people's, mainly I'm introvert, ma'am. So I'm always listen to people's worries, people complaints, but when I try to speak myself, they cut me in between. So now I try to be alone, because whenever I try to express myself, like what I like, or am I distressed or not, they doesn't listen. So can you help me to improve myself?
Yes, of
I
course.
just don't know what to do.
Anisha, thank you for that question. How old are you?
Ma'am, I'm 26.
26. What do you do?
Ma'am, as a profession, I'm a dietitian.
Dietitian. Wonderful. So
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
helping a lot of people to make a lifestyle. Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
You're married?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
So you're staying with your parents or you're staying by yourself?
I'm actually here in Delhi with one of my juniors from university.
Okay, you're in Delhi. And where are you from?
Ma'am, I'm from Ranchi.
Karachi. So you're staying with some friends in a place, right? You're staying with the
Yes,
friends.
ma'am.
Now, your aim in life is to become a good dietitian, what I can understand. And are you having diabetes or you're having any other problem or nothing?
No, ma'am, I have PCOD.
PCOD. So are you overweight? What's your weight like?
Ma'am, I am overweight. Because in between I tried to lose my weight and I have already loosened 12 kg, but now it's again I have regained them and I think it's now 90. But I have height also. I am 171 centimeter,
So for 171 centimeter, what should be the ideal weight?
65, 65, 67.
Yeah. So now that is one part of your life which you have to tackle it by yourself. But
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing.
I want to ask you one question that PCOD is definitely a problem, but by controlling your diet, by controlling your exercise and all that, you have to take care of that. The people in your life are your friends, as of now, what I can see. What are you
Yes.
doing for your friends to help them in any way? One thing you show me what you're doing for your friends. Like आप घर में
Ma'am,
आप
I listen them.
नो लिसन के अलावा क्या करते हो? खाली लिसन से
Uh,
नहीं चलता है ना और भी कुछ
No,
करना
ma'am. I'm mostly there. I always tell them whenever they have their any problems, they can contact me whenever they want. I'm always there. First of all, I try to listen their worries, and after that, I give my suggestion. I always tell that it's my point of view. You don't have to follow my suggestions at all, but you can understand that what I am understanding from their problems, and after that they compare what they are thinking and what I think about their problems. So after that I always give them a hug because I my love language is touch, so I mostly like to touch people, hug people.
Wonderful. That's very, very nice. One thing that we can refrain from doing is giving a judgment about what they're doing. I think being a listener without judging people is a better way to do it because when somebody is in distress, when somebody is in trouble, they just want you to listen. They don't want a
Yes,
solution. They don't want to be blamed. They don't want to be given. मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि सामने से कोई आ रहा है, चलते चलते आ रहा है और वो गिर गया, आपके सामने गिर गया। तो आप क्या करोगे? आप उसको सहारा दोगे ना, आप उसको सहारा दोगे, आप नीचे बैठोगे, आप उसको सहारा दोगे, आप उसको उठाओगे। उस टाइम पे आप उनको लेक्चर नहीं दे सकते कि तुमको चलना नहीं आता, तुम कैसे चल रहे थे, है ना? सो नोबडी
yes, ma'am.
लिसन टू एडवाइस, nobody wants to listen to a lecture, nobody wants to be judged. So one thing that we can refrain from doing when somebody is sharing with us is just listen with an open heart. Take, take a moment
Yes,
later. Take a moment later, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and take a time with the person and see what you can do and what you can share with that person. And you can say what you want to say that I want to share something with you. Is it okay if I share it with you? If the person is ready,
yes,
only then share it. So I'm saying that
yes,
not to
ma'am.
be judgmental, just listen to that person and do little things for that person. If she's staying with you in your room, make a cup of tea for that person. I tell you, my daughter-in-law is about she's a Gujarati and she has a different way of making chai. So
Yes,
when
ma'am.
she came to my house, I took the recipe from her and I wrote down how to make that Gujarati chai for her. And it was my need to connect with her. And I'll tell you one more idea.
Yes, ma'am.
When I wear this nail polish, no, I tell my daughter-in-law, come, you put nail polish for me. And that is my way of connecting with my daughter-in-law. So you have to find out ways, you have to be innovative in what way you can connect with the other person. Ek chap chai ka bana do, or you make a something sweet dish for your person, for your friend, whatever she likes. I don't know what you can do. It's up to you to decide how you can connect with the opposite person. Listening is one of the things, but find out ways in which you can उसका कोई birthday आने वाला है, so how you can create a surprise party for that person. So how you show your love and gratitude to that person is up to you. It is small acts of service that you can do for the other person which will make you connect better with the other person. If you really love that person, then you have to go in the discomfort zone and you have to do the little things. This is my advice to you, and we can always connect
Thank
offline.
you.
I don't want to take everybody else's
Yes,
time.
ma'am. Thank you
And
so much, ma'am.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Right. Dr. Shraddha, amazing session. So I would like to ask one question while we are waiting for our attendees to, type up the question.
Okay.
So, what is the one habit that you feel, if we incorporate in our daily routine, which you, from your experience, feel has greatly helped you in your journey? Like, if you can just narrow it down to suppose one habit that you think all of us should try.
Still, it's silence time. Spending more time with yourself, because that gives you time to reflect. Because what is missing today is the reflection time. We're not thinking about what we are thinking. We're only running. ये करना है, फिर ये करना है, फिर ये करना है, फिर ये करना है. It's time that we sit and think about what we are thinking, and then that gives us it gives us the rasta aage. It gives a path in front of us. So that's what one habit we have to inculcate, and that helps you to restrain yourself. It helps you when you do breath work, when you're sitting in silence. It helps you to restrain your words, your thoughts, your behavior. You realize that, oh yes, मेरा भी गलती है, मैंने भी कुछ बोला होगा, मैंने उसको provoke किया होगा. अगर मैंने उसको provoke किया है तो मुझे अपने आप को भी change करना पड़ेगा. It cannot be all the time somebody else's fault, right? The stillness times gives you an opportunity to think about what can I do better to improve my relationship with this person, or to improve my stress in my life. As a diabetic patient, I would say you have to think, I have to be committed and disciplined in my life. I have to walk every day. I have to exercise every day so that I can reduce my diabetes. I have to take care of my diet. So stillness time is going to help you in your disciplining, in your commitment, in your faith. When you have faith in in your divine, it's going to help you in all these things, in faith, commitment, discipline, that you can change yourself and you can become a more responsible person and a more successful person in life. That's what I would say.
Thank you. So if there are any more questions, please do type up in the chat box or in the Q&A box.
Get a shape according to the situation. Soumya is telling, superb session. Okay, thank you so much. Disha Wazirani has gone. I think she said thank you. I have been, yeah. So I've answered Anisha also. So thank you very much, Varnona, and thank you, the Lupin platform, for this privilege that I could speak to so many people. And I would like to really meet people face to face, because then it has a better impact. I feel very happy today also, but I had a great session. There was a lot of interaction, and thank you for that. Thank you for making them type out the questions. So
Thank you for so much, ma'am. In fact, it was really a wonderful session, and we had, I think for the first time, we had almost 90 to 100 responses typed in, and people were really participating a lot. Thank you so much for, in fact, sharing your invaluable insights from your own personal diaries, and that brings more close to our human connection. While it is set as per the Vedantic philosophy that, all that we do is we are playing our own characters of our karma. And suffering is, we do say that we are suffering a lot, but suffering is an option for us. It's all that we choose, and how easily can we let go of our mind blocks and mindsets and live the life beautifully with all happiness. So thank you for your guidance, ma'am, and very much needed during the first week of the beginning of the new year with all these positive strokes. And thank you, Dr. Veena, for moderating the session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll you have the recording with you, no?
Yes, we do have,
Vandana,
ma'am.
you'll give me one creative to put it in the social media, because the creative has got something on the top which I could not put it, so I can put it now.
Sure, I will give you right away. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Thank you, Dr. Veena.
Thank you.
Thanks. Tech team, you can please log off.